Hey guys, 21st Century Moses. I bring you guys another video, and today I got on what I'm going to consider a serious topic. This is going to be a pretty serious commentary, and I might be a little bit late showing up, but I hope you guys have heard of the town known as Ferguson, Missouri. It is a town that consists of predominantly black people. I looked on the Wikipedia, it said about 67%, and their population is around 20,000 people, just to give you an estimate. But what happened was, there was a innocent young man walking along the street with like his friend, and he ended up like there was a cop that pulled up, and this happened on last Saturday, so it would be 8 days ago. And what happened was he ended up like the officer tried like shooting him while he's in his car or something like that. So then Michael Brown ended up running, then he got shot in the back, then he put his hands up trying to like surrender. You know, like whenever somebody throws their hands like over their head, like that's a pretty much like a nation or a worldwide sign of like, all right, I give up. You know, you got me, whatever it is, I surrender. And then what happens? He entered some more bullets into his body and ended up killing him. And then he had a buddy. I'm not sure his buddy was. I believe his name was Dorian. That he talks about in a J. Cole song. The song is called "Be Free." If you guys want to listen to it, I'm a huge J. Cole fan. So he talks about there, like how he had to like hide under the car and stuff like that because he was scared for his life, and Michael was scared for his life as well, and a bunch of other stuff. It's a real sad story. SourceFed does a real good job of covering it, so I'm gonna have a link to their video about it in the description below. And now, yesterday, their governor, I believe his name is Nixon, declared a state of emergency, and he also has a curfew because there's been a lot of riots and stuff like that. Because I'm trying to think what day this was. Might have been Sunday, Monday, somewhere around there. There was a riot in the streets, and they had to bring out a SWAT team, and they were throwing tear gas and stuff like that. And there was the press they had set up, and everybody knows how there's the freedom of press, how the police ended up taking down their equipment and stuff like that, which they're not supposed to do. It's against the law. There are First Amendment rights, so they can't do any of that. And then there's been a lot of stuff how like the police in Ferguson, Missouri, just been very overpowering. They think that they have power. They think they are dominant. They kind of believe they're above the law and everything like that. So I'm trying to lay this out as neutral as possible, because now I'm going to try and throw my opinion in there. And let me just say, there's always going to be fuck-ups. You know, there's always going to be firefighters who want to have a fire. There are always going to be policemen who want to have trouble. There's always going to be people in the army who want to go out there and kill people. There's always going to be some kind of priest or pastor of some sort that likes raping little boys. It's just the way it is. It's the way society is. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it. This is gonna happen. But what we see here in Ferguson, Missouri, is totally unfucking excusable. It is undoubtedly one of the worst things that has happened in this country in the last in 2004. Let's just put it there. You have a whole police staff and like their SWAT team and everything just going way above and beyond to do things that are just infringing on our amendment rights and are not called for it by any means, not by any stretch of the imagination. We don't need any of this. And we don't even know who this fucking cop was that shot this young innocent man. Anonymous said they were going to release the name and stuff like that, but then the police department said that it was not right, so we don't really know. But if, like, it just really pisses me off that we don't know who this was. So I'm not saying I'm going to, I'm high NSA. I could go to fucking some Walmart with a gun that I bought from any place with AR-15. I could go there, shoot up. I will be glorified on every news station across the United States. Pretty much the way it's gonna be. But then somebody actually fucks up, and we don't know who the fuck this man is. And then he's probably gonna get off scotch-free like all the other people do. And it's just so pisses me off that we have all these people. Whenever I see a police officer, I don't feel safe. Having somebody like that, you're supposed to feel safe. You're supposed to be, I feel secure. You know, this is supposed to be an outstanding man of society. This is supposed to be a person that's gonna protect and serve you. But that's just not the way it is. And one of my best friends, his dad is a cop, and I'm pretty close to him in a way. He used to be the sheriff of my town, and he would never do anything like this. But we have some bitch cops. Like my friend got arrested for marijuana. I don't want to get into his story, but what happened was he like, all right, license and registration. All right, they gave it to him. Then he went back to his car, and then he's like, he came out. He was screaming on him. He's like, you guys need to put your hands on the thing. And then he did some stuff, and they made him get out, and like he arrested him, which under no grounds. I don't even think he read them their Miranda rights. And then they searched the car, and they had no rights to arrest him at all. And it kind of blows my mind that we let this stuff happen in society. If that was me, it would be a totally other story. I might be dead, or I might be in jail for doing something terrible bad, because I just can't understand how any of this can possibly happen. It just blows my mind. And all kinds of stuff like this. And some people say it's because it's a race issue and stuff like that. Maybe. I don't really know who the officer was. I don't know what was going in his mind during that time. You know, maybe he was just like, alright, this is a hood rat. I'm going to try and teach him a lesson. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to stroke my cock and make sure something happens. You know, I really don't know. But it's just, it really pisses me off. I think every cop should have a dash cam. I think every cop should have like a little camera on their like hat, like maybe wear a helmet on their shoulder or anything like that. So that way, every time a situation like this comes up, we can review the footage, make sure it's stored on some kind of cloud database, whatever it may be. So it's always there 100% of the time. So we don't have to worry about anything like this. And then if we have somebody abusing their power, there should be strict fucking laws for this stuff. If I wanted to, I could do 5 minutes of research and find all kinds of stuff where officers get a little slap on the wrist. There's a, down in Arizona, that's pretty notorious for this kind of stuff. You know, but we're talking about Ferguson, Missouri, everybody, in case you're not familiar. And, you know, it really pisses me off. And this is something preventable. Totally 100% preventable. And now, this young man, he has a mother, he has a father, he has a family that this all affects. He has all kinds of people this is affecting. And, you know, you can't change what has happened so far, but you can change it where it's not going to happen again. And, you know, I'm kind of just rambling on all kinds of different topics, just going on a tangent, but it's just kind of an issue that not really hits home for me, but it really pisses me off. You know, whenever you see something like this in society, and it just, you know, it makes us look bad, and, you know, it really just pisses me off, to be honest. I know I've said that like 10 times the last 30 seconds, but it just really does, you know? I wish there was something that I could do. I feel morally obligated to do something so we could do this. Like, whenever I think of America, I think of a nice, safe place to live and everything like that. I don't have to think like I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody's country, but whenever you hear something like this, you're probably thinking of North Korea, Afghanistan. You might be thinking of Ukraine, something like that. But this is here in America. This stuff should not be happening. But it is, and, you know, we have to deal with what's happening. You know, it affects all kinds of people, but I kind of feel sorry for everything that's happened. But this has been a kind of dark, kind of serious commentary, not what you guys are used to. But if you guys did enjoy this commentary, go ahead and like the video, comment in the comment section below, and follow me on Twitter. Links in the description below, as well as a source-fed video displaying everything what happens. As I mentioned earlier in this commentary, make sure you watch that video before you watch here, but we're already here, so it's not going to make any sense, but it might make sense if you watch this video, then you rewatch this video, and now your mind's kind of boggling, so subscribe if you haven't already, but I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, and go out there and make the most of every day, and be happy.